After 50, life's not about the dreams you still have. It's about the little things you've let slip, tiny actions, almost invisible, that disappear from your day to day and take your sense of purpose with them. Ever noticed? Most people don't realize the exact moment they stop really living. They just get by. If you've lost these 5 things, maybe you're not truly living anymore. And the scariest part, most only realize it when it's too late to turn things around. Hit subscribe, because on this channel, we don't chase you. We honor time and help what's still within you bloom again. This isn't about magic tricks or quick fix advice. It's about quiet little habits that carry the real meaning of life after 50. Over time, they fade, not from laziness, but from exhaustion, from life slowly wearing them down. Today, I want to invite you to look inward, see which of these habits still live in you, and which ones are crying out quietly for help. Stick with me. Each point is like a key. It might unlock a door you didn't even realize was shut. There comes a point when you stop fighting the world and start fighting yourself against your own wants, your own truths, against the pain that refuses to leave. After 50, so many of us become experts at giving in, giving our time, our space, our bodies, our voice. We say yes to keep things peaceful, to avoid awkwardness, to not seem too much. And slowly, we drift from ourselves, until all that's left is a hollow echo inside. Saying no gets seen as rude, but sometimes the kindest thing you can do for yourself is refuse what's shrinking you. How many times have you said yes to things you didn't want, laughed off hurtful jokes, swallowed tears to keep the vibe chill? This courage to say no isn't about causing drama. It's about protecting your energy. It's about honoring your limits, even if no one else does. It's saying, this hurts, or I don't want to live like this anymore, because that quiet no might just be the first step toward a more honest life. It's not selfish. It's emotional survival. Ever counted how often you've swallowed your truth just to keep the peace? Maybe you're not tired of life. Maybe you're just tired of living a life that doesn't feel like yours. And if that stings, it means your soul's still awake. Even if it's whispering, it's saying, I deserve space too. You've still got time to choose yourself. And that starts with a simple, steady no. Over the years, some mates stick around. Others fade away in silences no one had the guts to explain. And somehow, we learn to live with those absences like they're just part of the furniture. After 50, people say they're more selective. But truth is, many of us are just lonelier. And we accept that loneliness like it's just part of aging. But does it have to be? Real friendships don't die from distance. They die from neglect, from skipping the simple stuff, a call for no reason, a slow cuppa, a chat without judgment. We get used to saying all good when our heart's running on empty, because it feels like no one has time anymore. But deep down, what hurts most is having no one to call when the pain shows up uninvited. When's the last time you thought of someone and actually reached out? No reason, just showed up. Time does drift us apart, but care brings us back if we water it. After 50, it's easy to think we've got all we need, but no life runs on routine alone. Connection is fuel. Without it, the soul runs dry. Maybe you miss someone and don't even know who. Maybe it's not a person you're missing. Maybe it's the feeling of belonging, of being remembered, of knowing someone out there still cares. Even about your silence, it's not too late to rebuild, because real friendship doesn't need much, just presence, and a heart that won't let go from neglect. There comes a time when your body starts whispering what your mind already knew, but kept putting off. A different kind of tired, a pain that lingers, stiffness where there used to be ease. After 50, your body won't cop neglect the way it used to. It speaks up, it demands your attention. It shows you. This isn't about vanity anymore. It's about respect. But how many times have you brushed that off? Said, later, no time, she'll be right. Until you realized what you were putting off was your right to feel alive. Your body doesn't want to be perfect. It just wants to be listened to. A stroll on the footpath, no rush. A stretch after sitting too long. Food that feels nourishing, not punishing. Breathing, without panic. Self-care gets glamorized. But truth is, it's bloody hard sometimes. It means dragging yourself out of bed when the couch feels safer. It means hearing your pain and not just chucking a pill at it. It means accepting that aging well isn't about luck. It's about how much you love yourself in action. When's the last time you looked in the mirror and thought, this body's still got life in it, and I'm going to treat it like the sacred home it is? Because that's what it is. Not a cover model's body, but the one place you'll live forever. If you neglect it, it'll eventually let you down too. And it won't be age weighing you down. It'll be the lack of care bending you over. You've still got time, and your body knows it. Just one small choice, and it'll start to bloom again. There comes an age when the world starts acting like you already know it all. But what most don't realize is, stopping learning isn't a sign of wisdom. It's a sign that something inside you has stopped growing. After 50, many believe they've already lived what they were meant to, as if from here on out, life's just reruns. Same paths, same chats, same stories. But the human heart isn't built to stand still. It needs wonder. It needs challenge. It needs to stretch. The brain ages too, when you stop giving it new reasons to move. And the soul? It dries out, when everything around you turns into routine. Learning's not about a degree. It's about feeling fresh. It's about proving to yourself that you're still alive inside, that you can try something new, even if you mess it up at first, even if you feel silly, even if it feels too late. When was the last time you learned something? Just for the joy of it, not to be useful or productive or efficient, just because it sparked curiosity. Maybe it's a new language, or picking up an instrument. Maybe it's a different recipe, a new route around the neighborhood, a dance, a book, a curious look at something you always thought wasn't for you. Because real aging begins the moment we tell ourselves there's nothing left to discover. But as long as there's wonder, as long as something still gives you that little flutter in the belly, you're alive, fully. And the best bit? After 50, you're no longer learning to prove anything to anyone. You're doing it just to remember that you can still blossom in fresh soil. There comes a moment when silence creeps in, not from lack of words, but from a lack of future. And in that silence, many unknowingly stop dreaming. After 50, our dreams aren't big and shiny like they used to be. They're not about trophies, big wins, or recognition anymore, but they're still dreams. And maybe, because they're quieter, they matter even more. Maybe your dream now is just to sleep peacefully, or to find a calm, steady kind of love, or to walk without rush, laugh without fear, stop being pulled in every direction. But when you start telling yourself, that's not for me anymore, that was back then, it's too late now, that's when something switches off. And it's not your age, it's your hope. Truth is, what keeps us alive isn't our past. It's what we still long for. That tiny flicker on the horizon that gives your mornings a bit more meaning. And it doesn't matter if no one else understands your dream. If it's small, if it's quiet, if it makes no noise. Because dreaming after 50 isn't about proving anything. It's about keeping that inner spark moving. Do you remember your last dream that was just for you? The one that made you smile even before it came true? The one no one else needed to know. Only you? Maybe it's still there, hidden, shy, nearly forgotten, but alive. And maybe the clearest proof that you've still got time is the fact that, right now, something in you stirred, even if it was just a soft sigh. Because dreaming is like breathing through the soul. And you still breathe, even when you forget. After 50, I've come to realize that truly living isn't about what we have. It's about what we keep alive inside us. And if we let these 5 habits fade, it's like slowly burying your own life while still standing. The courage to say no brings back our freedom. True friendships save us from loneliness. Caring for our body protects our dignity. Learning keeps the mind sharp. And dreams, even tiny ones, are the breath that keeps the soul going. Losing any one of them is like pulling a beam out of an old house. It might stay upright for a while, but soon it starts to crack, to give, to lose shape, and life, without these pillars, becomes just an empty shelter. But here's the good news. Even if you've let some of these habits go, there's still time to bring them back. Life doesn't ask you to go back to the past, just to stand up today and reclaim what gives the present its meaning. After 50, I learned that living well isn't about age. It's about choice. And every single morning when I wake up, I get to choose. Will I keep surviving? Or will I start living again? Now I want to ask you, of these 5 habits, which one do you feel slipped away most along your path? Share it in the comments, because your truth might be the mirror someone else needs right now. And if this video stirred something in you, hit subscribe and stick around. This space is for those who, after 50, don't want to just count the days left, but want to make every single one count. Because in the end, it doesn't matter how much time has passed, you've still got time to live fully.